Gotta represent the home team. Okay. What's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Meg and I do put out videos a couple times a week, so to make sure you don't miss out on any of my content, hit the subscribe button and then that way I will always show up in your newsfeed. So today I'm doing a video talking about Blue Apron. I'm sure you guys have heard of them before. They're like a home delivery food service, and it's just something that I've been wanting to try out for the longest time, just hearing so many people on YouTube talk about it. I wanted to experience it firsthand, and I just want to explain to you guys really fast why I chose to go ahead and do that. I know that there are other options out there, but I feel like unless if you live in like super major cities, it can be a little difficult to find these services to deliver to you. So for my location, Blue Apron was the best fit, and then they also had a $20 off coupon for your first order. So if they still have that, I'll be sure to link it down below for you guys. If you haven't tried it before, you can go ahead and use that coupon. It really is a good deal off of the first order, because for 2 people it's $60. And then I forget the price. You can either get servings for 2 or servings for family size, which I think serves 4 to 6 or something like that. And I want to say that the family size can cost like $120. I could be wrong, but I will double check all that information and have it in the down bar, so be sure to check there. So I absolutely detest going to the grocery store. I think it's such a chore, so I'm definitely one of those lazy people. So that is another reason why that this service appealed to me. And then also I've been wanting to go outside of my comfort zone, and I feel like with subscription services like that, it kind of forces you to like look at other meals you wouldn't really consider. So that's another reason why the meals sounded interesting to me. None of them are really stuff that I would have picked to make for myself. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. This next clip is just going to be me unboxing my food and doing a little food haul for you guys and showing you the meals that I got. Alright guys, so this just got dropped off to me, so I figured I would do an unboxing and show you guys what is in here. So the first thing is a little card about the 5th annual Healthy Lunchtime Challenge and Kids State Dinner. So that's cool. It looks like they get to go to the White House. So next up, this looks like an article about capers, and it says, "From the pantry, the stories, techniques, and supplies behind the ingredients in your delivery." So it looks like it's just different information about capers, which I don't think any of our meals have capers in them, and it looks like there's just different ways on how to incorporate capers into your meals, so that's interesting. And then now it looks like the actual meal card. So the 3 meals that we picked was this pasta with roasted chickpeas. So this really nice card, and it has all the ingredients that you need, the prep time, cook time, the calories, how many servings it is, and then a little blurb about the recipe. And then what I really like about on the back of this is that it gives you pictures, so then you know like you're doing the step right. So I can really appreciate that. So it looks like all the different steps for doing this. And you can also view this online. It looks like they have more tips for the recipe online. So that's the first recipe we have. And then we also got fried chicken with baked sweet potato and collard greens. And then we also got a steak and eggs with quick kimchi fried rice. And this actually looks really good. Maybe we'll have this for dinner tonight. Everything is nice and insulated. Okay, so I just muted that sound out for you because I'm sure it's annoying. So I'm gonna go ahead and raise you guys up a little bit higher so you can see in here. So it looks like the first thing is these collard greens here that goes with, what was it, the steak and eggs? No, the fried chicken. And then here is a packet of the kale that they give you. Everything looks nice and fresh. And then it looks like here are some scallions, some green cabbage, so they give you that much. So here is the pasta, and this does not look like very much pasta for 2 people, but maybe that's just me because I love pasta. I would probably use a lot more than this for a dish for 2 people, but we'll see. I'm sure it'll be enough. Some more scallions. And then here are the little sweet potatoes that they give you. And then in here are the farm eggs, so I'm curious to see what these look like, and they're in a little baggie. Okay, cool. So they definitely look like the typical farm eggs, so that's good. So here is some Greek yogurt that I'm gonna need for one of the dishes. A can of chickpeas. The onion. A lemon. Then here is a little baggie of flour. And then here is the steak and egg knickknacks, so I'm interested to see what's in here. So here's the little paprika, sesame oil, some kind of spicy sauce, I'm sure. And then the rice vinegar. Here's a little scallion. And then the rice. And then the pasta knickknacks, paprika, parmesan, and then some butter. And I guess there are little capers in the pasta dish. And then here's the little knickknacks for the fried chicken, which I'm not going to open right now. Down in here is where the meat is. So here is an ice pack, which is great because you can just reuse it. So here is the chicken. And it's still nice and cold. And then here is the steak. Alright, so here is an overview of all the ingredients plus Lola's doggy dish. One thing that I wish that they did was sort of put every meal in its separate bag, so then you don't have to re-go through the recipe cards to sort of piece meals together and figure out what goes with what. But, I mean, that's like a first world problem, so far, so good. And it does look like the little sesame oils and stuff did kind of leak out because the bottom of this bag is a little bit mushy and my fingers definitely reek like vinegar and stuff. So a little bit did leak out of this, but we'll see how these meals turn out and what the portion size looks like. So here I just sort of put everything into a bag and kept it together. I mean, obviously you don't need to refrigerate the can, but for lazy people like me, it's just easier if I have everything together, so then when I want to cook, I'm not running around looking for stuff. And I also have my little assistant over here. Luna, are you gonna help me cook dinner later? Huh? Yeah, I bet you wish you could have some of this too, don't you? Oh yeah, good girl. So the first meal we made was the steak and eggs with the kimchi fried rice, and this is probably my favorite dish. We definitely didn't think it was going to be enough to fill us up, but we were so full after eating this. The portion size was right on, and this was super delicious. Next up was the fried chicken with sweet potatoes and collard greens, and this was pretty good. It wasn't as good as the first one. We somehow managed to burn our sweet potatoes, and this meal just wasn't as filling as the first one was. And finally, for the pasta, this was probably our least favorite, and we figured it would be. I'm not much of a green eater, so I wasn't super excited about the kale in there, and my fiance hates chickpeas, and I've never had them before, so it was an interesting experience to try it out. It was all right, but I wouldn't say that I would want to make this again. Alright, so now I'm going to give you guys my final thoughts on this service, and if I would do it again, I will tell you that we did get it a second week, but however, the second week we weren't as impressed with the food, and then after that, I was traveling, so I had to discontinue the service, but it's something that I would consider doing again in the future. The pros is that it's just super convenient because it literally gives you everything that you need for the meal. Like, you don't need to go out and buy special ingredients. So this is especially nice if you're trying like a different dish and you might not, you know, I know for like a lot of Asian dishes, you need like different vinegars, soy sauces, this and that, like all different kind of sauces, and it can be really pricey buying that stuff at the grocery store. But the nice thing with the Blue Apron is that they give you the perfect amount, so you really aren't wasting a ton of money on products for a dish that you might just use once. So besides being super convenient, I also like that I was able to explore new foods. So now for the cons of this service, I don't like that either you have to opt out, like completely like delete your account if you want to skip meals. So that's something that I wasn't really a fan of. And then that's another thing, if you're not 100% sure you want to delete your account, you have to remember to keep going on every week to skip your meal, because if you don't, like, they're going to pre-select food to send to you and you will be charged for it. So you also have to email them to get your account deleted. So like that whole process is a little bit tricky, and I see that they do that to just sort of like, you know, suck people in and to prevent them from leaving. But I just feel like you should be able to discontinue from now. Like, there should just be like a little checkbox where you can hit discontinue services until further notice, so you don't have to go through the process of re-signing up and creating an account and blah, 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 blah. Another thing that I dislike is that there's 6 meals to choose from, and you pick 3 of those meals to get sent to you. However, you don't have free reign over those 6 meals. I noticed that if you pick certain meals, you can't select other meals. Like, it's really weird. Like, if I were to select fried chicken, I wouldn't be able to select the pizza. Like, it was just really weird like that. I'm not sure why it was like that. I hope that this makes sense. But that's one thing that I wasn't a fan of, because there were dishes that I wanted more than what I was stuck with getting with the other meals that I selected. So it was kind of like, well, top priority and then narrow it down to see what I can choose from. So I just wish that you were able to choose from any 6 meals that were available that week. And then the last con is that it could be pricey, and this all depends on your grocery shopping and your budget and what you consider a lot, what you don't consider a lot. It depends if like their portion sizes, you think that they're going to be big enough for you, if you think it's going to be worth it. So yeah, it just all depends. Basically, I try to purchase enough for 3 meals, and I know that there's going to be leftovers, but with this, it's portion controlled, so there really isn't room for leftovers, so you need to count that $60 into your budget, and then also know that you're going to need to be spending additional money at the grocery store for breakfast, lunch, and then for dinner items 2 other nights of the week. So that's where I think it could be a little bit costly, but again, whatever works for your lifestyle. Alright, so that is everything for this video. I hope you guys have really enjoyed it. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you've tried Blue Apron before, or if you tried a different service, and what your thoughts on that were. I love to hear other people's experiences with this. And yeah, I will catch you next time. Bye!